Attention, singles, or anybody who knows singles. I'm sure many of you do. I'm sure all of us know. Tonight could be a turning point for every single person out there. Tonight starts the parasha of Parashat Beshalach. In Parashat Beshalach, the Jewish people went out of Mitzrayim and stood in front of the Red Sea and said the Shirat Hayam in front of Yam Suf, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu split the ocean for them. And Chazal say that as hard as it was for God, nothing is hard for God, but it's metaphorically speaking, as hard it was for God to split the ocean, that's how hard it is for God to make shidduchim. Again, this is also not hard for God, but metaphorically speaking, it's not something simple thing to do, even when somebody prays so much, such a huge miracle to do. But Hashem did that for them because they stood in front of the Red Sea and they prayed to God, and what they did, they composed a song called Shirat Hayam. We read that prayer every day in Shacharit, in the morning prayer, but we're also going to say this week in Parashat Beshalach. So tonight, the Mekubalim tell us that tonight, exactly at 12 a.m., we are going to say twice the שירת הים. אז ישיר משה ובני ישראל את השירה הזאת להשם ואמרו לאמור etc. We're going to say this prayer twice, and right after you're done, you're going to pray from the bottom of your heart to God. You don't need to cry. Just talk to Him. Be specific. Be detailed, because God is Kol Yachol. God can do anything. So you're going to tell Him what exactly you want. But listen carefully. This specific segula has a second component. One is not enough without the other. So this prayer is very important to say twice, like we said, exactly at midnight, exactly at 12 a.m. But the second component is that God told the Jewish people, that's wonderful that you're praying to me right now. That's wonderful. But unfortunately, in this situation, because it's so urgent, it's not enough. You also need to do some sort of an action. Now, the only action that they had is either two options: going back to the Jews, going back to the Egyptians, or jumping into the ocean. Going back to the Egyptian was not an option, so they were left with one dead end, is going into the ocean. Nachshon ben Aminadav had the courage and jumped into the ocean, and with this courage, Hashem split the ocean for the entire Jewish community. So Hashem says, you single, yes, you, I will split the ocean for you. I will send you your salvation, but I need you to make an action. What action? Anything that you're not comfortable with when it comes to shidduchim. What does that mean? Don't kill yourself over that, but I want you to make a calculated risk. Make a jump, whether it's joining a WhatsApp group of shidduchim that you're not comfortable with, whether it's going to a singles Shabbaton, whether it's going to a singles event, whether it's talking to a shatchan, whether it's giving a chance to somebody you wouldn't normally will, whether this somebody is too old, somebody is too short, somebody is too young, somebody is too skinny, somebody is a different culture than you, different religious level than you. If that person has showed interest, give that person a chance. Do that small jump and let God do the rest. Might not be with that person, but God will do the rest because you have done your jump. You have done both components of what required in this week's parasha tonight at 12 a.m. Sing twice the Az Yashir, the song of Az Yashir, and do some sort of an action. Accept upon yourself to do some sort of an action. I wish you all Shabbat Shalom V'Vorach, and I can't wait to hear good news from all of you. Shabbat Shalom and Mazal Tov.